40% of the wars and armed conflicts in the world right now are happening on one continent, Africa. The Red Cross says there are more than 50 active armed conflicts across Africa at the moment, a 45% jump since 2020. Here's why Africa has become a hotspot for war. Africa has two significant assets: the youngest population in the world and roughly 30% of global critical minerals. But resources fuel wars for control. Africa's critical mineral exports, worth billions of dollars, make up more than 10% of global trade. At the same time, millions of young Africans are unemployed or earn below the poverty line. Militias and other groups exploit that despair to recruit. Climate change is also a significant factor, driving a competition over natural resources such as water, land, and food. Boko Haram and other armed groups have been active around the shrinking Lake Chad Basin, shared between Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and Nigeria. And political factors such as corruption and foreign interference keep feeding a cycle of conflicts. All the fighting has forced more than 45 million people from their homes, more than 1/3 of all displaced people in the world. Sudan is now the world's largest displacement crisis. Over 14 million people had to leave their homes. That's 1 in 3 Sudanese. The M23 rebel group has reignited a war in the mineral-rich east of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. At least 7,000 people have been killed in recent months. More than 7 million people are displaced. Across the Horn of Africa, Somalia has been fighting the Al-Shabaab group for 16 years. Almost 1 in 4 Somalis is now displaced. Dozens more conflicts rage across the continent. Because of them, 3% of Africans are either displaced, refugees, or asylum seekers. 7 of the 10 countries that host the most refugees are themselves in conflict. That means millions are fleeing from one war zone to another. Across the continent, 1 in 5 Africans now needs humanitarian aid, but that's not always easy to come by. In 2024, humanitarian appeals for Africa were only 40% funded. The Trump administration has cut aid, and European donors also reduced their contributions. At a time when Africa is facing urgent challenges, much of the world is looking away.